Welcome to the NDE World Podcast, where we explore the magical, mystical, and spiritual world of near-death experiences. And now, Ashton Lewis and Daphne Lynn.
Welcome back to the NDE World Podcast. I am your host, Ashton Lewis, and my lovely hostess, Miss Daphne Lynn, in the studio with me today. Hello, Miss Daphne Lynn.
Hello, Ashton Lewis. How are you?
I'm well, baby. Thank you. Actually, I'm excited about today's episode. It's kind of a carryover from our previous episode where we were actually talking about like different, lessons and life lessons that the actual NDEers have experienced and come back and share it with us. So I'm really looking forward to today's episode.
So they're back and they're thirsty for more.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it
Part 2.
is. Yes. So those of you who are here for the first time, welcome, welcome. And like I always say, those who are returning, welcome back, welcome back. And don't forget to go to our website. That is NDE.world for more information. So let's jump right into it, Miss Daphne. Let's go ahead, if you don't mind. Why don't you go ahead and just read the question, pertaining to the episode, where we had started. And we'll just jump in where we left off and take it from there.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we had went on one of the groups and asked the question, what do you feel was the most important lesson you took away from your own experience? Okay, so we have had some awesome responses to this, and it's so many that we're having to break it up into more than one episode. So thank you guys for all answering this question and really bringing that knowledge to us and sharing with us. So we appreciate you guys and love you so very much. Thank you so much.
Yes, and very good, very good. We do appreciate the comments, and just keep in mind we are here to actually just share the actual comments to give you different perspectives. Because so many people are so kind of stuck in one perception and one concept, and in the box kind of thinking, and
get rid of the box.
Yeah, get out of the box. Just get rid of the box. Yeah, and when you really start opening up your mind and really start understanding and really learning, there's so much more out there.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
It is. It really is.
It's a beautiful thing. So
and it eliminates fear.
It does.
It eliminates fear.
And we're learning that there's only two things in life: unconditional love and fear. And that's what motivates all of us. Now, the first response starting up today. If you want to, well, actually, it's a really good response. They've actually taken it and broken it down into a few little different segments here. So why don't we just go ahead and just take turns if you want to, and we'll just break down that particular response.
Yes, because this is actually a long one. They actually numbered the responses to the life lessons that they came back with. So there was 11 points to this. So it's a long one, but some of the comments are really short. So it's straight and to the point and is going to help us to really understand what this person experienced and how they have grown and come to understand life and the afterlife.
Yeah, so number 1 says that it exists.
The afterlife exists, yes. I mean, you hear that from so many people. I mean, in our previous episode, they was like, yeah, it's 100% real. There is an afterlife.
So that's what you have to understand. Get your thinking wrapped around that. I mean, just that concept alone.
Yeah, because there's many out there that don't even believe in an afterlife, that this is all there is, and that's just not the case.
Nope. There's so much more to it. Would you like to say the next one there, Daphne?
Sure. It says God, or the source, is the purest, unconditional source of love, light, and peace. No more and no less, I was told.
Yeah, I noticed that I was told. This is actually from an actual experience. These are all part of the same comment. Keep this in mind, guys. So this is this person's actual near-death experience. They came back, and this is all the things that they've learned. So first thing they've learned is that there is such thing as an afterlife, and that God is, or what we call God, or the source, is the purest, unconditional source of love, light, and peace. Okay? No more, no less. So any of you guys who have conditions thrown on God, I would question the God that you're worshiping.
Yeah, and just not that God actually needs to be worshipped. I mean, we're here to exist. We define that God needs worship when from him or it, the source, that's not the case.
No, it's this. Everything is the all. Everything is what we call God. Everything is the source experiencing itself.
Yes.
That's deep. It's a deep concept.
Yes.
Perfect for another episode, by the way.
Yes.
Moving on along. Number 3, everything earthly, all right? Not about us humans interfering in general, though nature still tries to balance what humans interfered with also, but may have a different effect. Works within nature's balance, whether we like it or not.
So the earth and things that we've interfered with, earth is trying to balance back out.
Yeah. So they've learned that from the NDE. That's beautiful in its own way.
Yeah.
Man we've gotten really good. We've mastered the art of destruction.
Yes.
We've destroyed ourselves. We're destroying each other. We're destroying our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers, our families, our fellow man, all nature, wildlife, life as we know it, the air we breathe, the land, just look around. We've mastered the art of destruction. We need to get up and start realizing, hey, wake up before it's too late.
Yeah.
We're all in this together, and the only way we're going to get changes or have changes made is we all have to work together starting with ourselves. You have to work on yourself, and you have to work with like-minded individuals to start rebuilding the world.
Be that change you want to see in the world.
There you go.
Yes.
Very good. So, number 4, Daphne, would you like to read that?
Religion is an earthly human construct. It's not necessary or practiced beyond Earth's humanly realms. But as long as it is meant for good, to inspire, and works with the principles of love, light, and peace, it's okay with the higher, more enlightened heavenly beings.
Okay, very good, very good. So that actually has a few things in it. We hear this so much, and it's so true. Religion is an earthly human construct. It has nothing to do with the afterlife. So keep that in mind, guys. If your whole life revolves around your belief system of supporting a certain religion, and religion is religion, regardless of which one you fall under, it's all the same. Okay,
Right.
it separates you. It creates that duality, the us against them, cops and robbers.
The good guys, the bad guys.
It destroys your the true identity of the oneness, that we are all one. And it's just not practiced on the other side. Your religion does not carry over into the afterlife. So I would even question whether or not you should be practicing it. But if your religion does bring you to a higher place, and it does, we say that all the time on here, it helps you to do good. By all means, do it. But make sure you're doing the good. But always keep in mind, you don't need religion to do good. You just
Exactly.
do good. But if
Very
you can
well
have, if your religion is like leading you to a higher values in life, making you a better person, teaching you a better way, by all means, do it.
I like the way this person brings it out. As long as those principles of love, light, and peace, it's okay with the higher, more enlightened heavenly beings.
Yeah, think about that, because
It's okay. I mean, just
kind of like what we were saying, if your religion, as long as your religion, like it says here, works within the principles of love, light, and peace, which is what we call God. Remember, he had mentioned this earlier. That's what God is. It's love, ultimate, pure, unconditional love, ultimate, pure light, and ultimate, pure peace. So as long as what we do, if your religion is working in harmony with that, then by all means, the higher heavenly beings, they're okay with that. But they're not okay with if your religion is dividing you from your brothers and sisters and all of humanity, or you from other people's belief systems, or you from that one, or whatever. Anything that's going to separate you, be careful. And I'd even get out or question where you're at.
It makes me think about the all the wars that's going on, the terrorism that's going on. Oh, we're going to war, and God's going to bless us and our efforts, in Jesus' name, and and then there's others out there that we're going to go blow this up in whatever name. And I mean, just that is what we're talking about here. That is not of the ultimate source of life. That is not. So that divides, that hurts others, and we're supposed to love unconditionally and harm none.
That's right. Very good, very good. Moving right on along, the next one says that they want us to share our experiences with anyone and everyone that we can. Comments?
Yes, and you hear that because for the longest time, people would think you were crazy for sharing your experience, and they would not share. But there's it's become more in the media. It's become more knowledgeable of it. And people
Internet has helped a lot too.
Yes, people are sharing these experiences. If you've had an experience and haven't shared with anyone, definitely share it with someone, and it's going to help you to grow as a soul. It's going to release something in you that you've been holding in. Share it with others. Don't worry about what someone else thinks or how they feel about you and your walk. What has happened to you in your life? We've got to stop putting so much power in other people's hands that, we don't do something or we do something that we normally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Out of fear.
Yeah, out of fear.
Yep.
Absolutely. Moving right along, would you like to grab that next one?
Only we judge ourselves and others.
Oh, that kind of is going to sting a lot of people that, who has a very deep concept of maybe the God that they created is a judgmental God, is a vengeful God.
The God of the Bible is that.
The God of the Bible, yeah, absolutely.
The God of the Bible is a vengeful and wrathful
and
God.
will be judging,
Yeah.
Whereas, I know from all of these near-death experiences, I haven't heard the first one that ever said anything about any kind of judgment. In fact, they all say that you have to go through your life review and you actually, in a sense, judge yourself because
yes.
you're going to have to re-experience all your decisions and your choices and, and really, go over that and really understand what effect or what kind of impact you made in your incarnation,
Right, yeah. There's beauty in this when you can release that fear of being judged. You think of being judged, like you're going to be condemned, go like courtrooms, you're going to go to jail. That heavenly aspect, you're going to be condemned to hell.
Think about that. Courtrooms and judges is all human constructs anyway. Think about that.
Yeah, it's all fear mongering. You pushing fear on people.
And what do we say? The only two horses: unconditional love or fear.
Yes.
You're being driven by one of the two. On some floor of your level.
Yes.
Yep.
At
some
all
floor
times.
of your level. Wow.
Yes. And I like this number 7, good number to be bringing this one out on.
Yeah.
If you want to take it.
Sure. It says that God does not deem souls to hell. It's already a predetermined decision of karmic debt for the very worst of the worst to be there until those karmic debts are cleaned away. And there's various ways to remove the debt. So an actual hell, being of perpetual torment that evil sources can perform, is something most souls don't need to be concerned with. Get you thinking.
Yeah, put on your boots on that one.
Yeah, so let's talk about that and break it down without getting too far in depth because it is a subject of its own. And we have actually had podcasts on this subject in the past. So go over to the NDE WORLD website and look up subjects on hell.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, so God does not send souls to hell.
Nope. He doesn't condemn them.
Yeah. And but this person here, if you notice that they're talking about a predetermined decision of karmic debt.
Okay.
Let's kind of clarify that because I don't know if that's really resonating the way it's supposed to be. We need to clarify that.
From what I've been reading, from reading in the Journey of Souls, I think this person is referring to just the different levels of vibration where souls go to, because there's different levels of vibrations. Not that it's a predetermined place where you go for the very worst of the worst to be there. I mean, this is their understanding of it, so that's the best way that they can. Yeah, but from reading through the Journey of Souls, it breaks it down as, there's different levels of vibration that people go to. Not that it's inherently good or bad or any duality like we have here. It's just a vibration level.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not a place of perpetual torment or evil. It is just
a place
not something that we need to be concerned with.
Transform and to move on and carry on.
Right.
And
as you grow as a soul, your vibration changes and you go up to different levels of vibration. It's not like you're going to be stuck in one level of vibration for all eternity.
And from what I understand, the ultimate vibration is what we call God. And God wants all of us, which is God, to experience itself, to all of us to find out what it is to be God.
Yes.
You know, you've got to, oh man, here's another plug, and we're going to be doing a lot, I'm sure. Conversations with God. Okay, I can't wait to finish that
And
book.
Journey of Souls. I mean, it breaks down all of this stuff that we're talking about. Yes. These are some awesome books to really reference to help you to grow in your knowledge if you want to. I mean, some people don't
It's
like
deep.
reading. I do. I love learning and growing because it raises my vibration and helps me to understand things from the other side better. Because, I mean, we've been conditioned, oh, you don't mess with any of that because that's demonic. Well, that's not the case. So
everything is a mirror. Everything that we think is reality is just the opposite.
oh, yeah.
You know, and everything we think is bad is probably good. Everything we think is good is really bad. And there's a lot of mirrored, kind of twisted up things that it's got, it's got an effect on all of us, really, in one way or the other. So that's part of that enlightening and coming out of that illusion and delusion, and really waking up to who you are and understand that we've all been under a spell, a spiritual, religious spell that has really created the world that we know, and has destroyed all of us and said all of us are worthless, all of us are sinners, all of us are good for nothing. And what does that do to a person's mindset? And let's throw them in the church when they're real young, and people are growing up with these indoctrinated kind of belief systems. Why do you think they feel the way they feel? Oh, yeah. Why do you think the world's in the shape it's in? It's because everybody's gotten away from the understanding, that's right, that they are God. What we call God, they are life experiencing itself. And that's a hard concept for religious people or ego-driven people to understand. They can't understand that.
Get rid of the box.
That's right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So moving on along, number 8 says that we have levels of enlightenment that happens during our human phase on Earth. I like that one. Let's break that one down, Daphne.
Yeah, it reminds me of that vibration level.
Exactly.
Exactly. That, that we develop on this side, and then when we transition, go back to our soul form, then that vibration is with us. And that's how the different souls know each other over there, is that level of vibration.
Think about that, yes.
And actually light as well. So your vibration
and you also
creates a light.
Yeah.
And there's different color lights for the different levels of maturity and advancement in the soul itself.
Think about that.
It's amazing. I'm loving this book.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And here's a plug. It just comes to my mind, but please, by all means, if you get a chance, look, get the actual Gospel of Peace, and get the one that's actually got the whole complete. I mean, it's supposed to have like all the books in it or something like that.
Yeah.
It's the Gospel of Peace. But that is where, I think it's based on the Essenes and some of Yeshua's or Jesus' teachings and things like that, because there is some type of connection. I don't know the actual connection with him, with Jesus and the Essenes, but he tells you in that how to raise your vibration, how to cleanse the body, how to, starting by cleaning out the body and then putting all live food in it, and, the incorporating the fresh air, the elements, the sun, the water, the meditations, the fasting. I mean, he tells you how to get on a sky high vibration. Mm-hmm. That way, when you cross over to the other side, bam, it's just like you close your eyes, bam, you open your eyes, and you're on such a high vibration. Mm-hmm. And he teaches you how to do that. So that's the Gospel of Peace. If you want to get that and really look into that, and it tells you how to live, how to eat, how to act, how to do. That's a very good book, and we'll probably cover that here in one of the episodes in the future. I'm sure
that book for me was very eye-opening. It was an enlightening book for me. I really enjoyed reading it, and I think that's really what helped start my journey in all of the learning that we have over the last few years with the NDEs and everything, because
it is part of it. Absolutely, yeah.
It is great wealth of knowledge in that book, in all the books that we've been reading lately, and we love sharing that with all you guys. And if you love reading, please, by all means, look up some of these books and get them, because you will enjoy them.
They're life-changing.
They really are.
And I don't say that about any book.
Yeah.
But these books will change your life, because it's all of spiritual wisdom that is in all of humanity. It's not religious-based, if that makes any sense,
Right.
Moving on along, Daphne, would you like to take the next one there?
Number 9. It says, Earth is a school. We are students learning many ways of Earth, nature, and humanity.
There's a couple of ways to look at this right here. A lot of people do look at Earth as a school, as a place for learning.
For growing, yeah.
Earth playground, Earth school. I've heard it called a few different things. However, just as a different perspective, from what I understand, that's not really the proper way to look at it. And I'm only quoting, the Conversations with God, where he says, no, that's not really how to look at it. That you already know. You're already all-knowing when you even come here. You're all-knowing. We have to go through, or we choose, everything we do is a choice. We choose to go through some type of, I don't really understand the whole concept and the process, but during like the soul contracts, like what they call a spiritual amnesia, to forget certain things to come here. So I don't know how that plays its effect and all, but, but we are here not to learn because we already know, but we're here to remember who we are.
Yes.
And remember that we are divine. We are God, and once you realize that you are the divine, then and that also that every other being is God, is the divine experiencing itself here. That all of nature is the divine, what we call God. That it's that oneness concept. Mother Earth is one with all this.
When you can
the air you
realize
breathe, the sun, the moon, everything. Yes, when you understand that this is all a oneness,
all connected, the collective.
Then it puts everything in a whole different, different level of experience. But from what I'm understanding is you're not really here to learn, but you're here to remember who you are. And like you said, experience. And we always like the video game analogy, on the other side, we are souls on the other side. What we are here is just a piece of that, having the experience to bring back that information from what I understand. So, say like on the other side, we're playing the video game and you can sit and watch all day. Like the book, Conversations with God. It's just that God had broken itself apart to be able to experience itself.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, so you already, and it was already all knowing. So it already knows, but it wanted to start to experience itself. Went to experience life. So it started breaking up into all these things it call like little baby souls, baby spirits, baby God, but it's all of that divine. And those all are able to experience things in different ways. That goes back to that all-knowing source.
Right. It just reminds me that, I have heard this before ever reading that in the book through different YouTube channels, that that God did want, or the source wanted to experience it created all these things but couldn't really experience anything, and it wanted to experience, so it created the souls to be able, and different things to be able to experience itself. Oh, and it also reminds me, I was talking about it a while back, the Remember book, the evolution of humanity. So right. I read I don't even remember what episode it was on, but I read from the book on there that, we come here forgetting who we are and living and experiencing and having free will, but to remember who we are and where we came from. Yeah. And that's why so many of these experiencers, when they come back, say, that was home. I was at home there, because because the other side is spiritual and we are the spiritual.
Right.
So
having that physical experience.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So that's why, it's you can look at it as here to learn lessons.
Yes.
But if once you realize that you are God, we all know everything and we all are one and we all grow and work together, it's not really lessons we have to learn. We just have to open up to that level of knowing and that consciousness, yes. I guess, for lack of words. And that way we can all enlighten ourselves and each other. So
yes, and being enlightened is so wonderful. I mean, it's a totally different vibration level than having any kind of religious dogma indoctrination on you. When you can be enlightened, it's free and it's light. It's love. I mean, it is everything that you want to be experiencing. It is just beautiful. It's beautiful. I can't describe it well enough at times, but enlightening is a lot different.
It is. And to go with that thought, but you can look at Earth as a school, because as we were saying earlier, that video game, you're on the other side playing the video game. However, over here, you're stepping into the video game and you are experiencing, like God said, wants to experience itself.
Yeah.
So over here you get to experience. This is an experiential existence. It's different from the other side. This is a whole different domain, a different world, a different
dimension, universe.
However you want to look at it. Yeah. So coming here, learning is one thing, and getting those different levels of understanding and enlightenment and things like that. But you can look at it as a school, as Earth School, in that regard, to come here and do that and experience this thing and bring that experience back. There's nothing wrong with that. But just keep in mind, from what I understand, you're not here to learn anything. You're just here to experience.
Yes, exactly.
And to remember who you are, and that everything around you is you.
You're connected with it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It is. So moving on along, would you like to take the next one there? Is that number 10?
Reincarnation can happen, but not everybody has to reincarnate. It can be a part of the level of enlightenment and a way to decrease karmic debt. And I have heard that before, that you do not have to come to this earth plane. There are other dimensions and universes to explore and grow as a soul in.
Yes, and also from what I understand, we also have to understand this karmic concept too, that there's really no such thing as the karmic, where reaping what you sow kind of type thing in that regard. It will be in the sense where you're going to have to re-experience everything that you've ever done, okay?
Right.
For what I understand, your slate is clean. From there, you can choose to come back. You can choose to go to the spiritual hospital, or you can choose to go over here to regroup. You can choose to, that's what it is. It's not like, okay, you did this, and now you're going to have to pay a price, because now you're getting back into that karmic, that debt, paying that debt, which goes back to that judgment. That's,
right.
So that's kind of, from what I understand, that even the karmic thing, you have to understand really the really deep concept of what karma really is,
Right.
and that there's no such thing as karma in the traditional sense, like the karmic wheel.
Right.
That you're going to keep having to come back here and have to repeat and keep repeating, because you did bad, you got to come back here and fix it. You did bad, you got to come back, fix it. You did good. No, that's
Right.
from what I understand. But you get to come. From what I understand, you want to come back. But you
Right.
always have the choice to come back. It's not a karmic thing, because you're not forced to do anything, but you will
Yes.
experience life from different levels, and you're going to have to deal with.
And there's all
all that you do.
eternity to deal with. So, it doesn't matter how many times you come back,
That's right.
because you are a soul that is eternal.
Absolutely. And I like how it says that reincarnation can happen, and reincarnation is very real. Just the simple concept of incarnating. Okay, imagine you are a spiritual being, and you are incarnating. Or turning into, manifesting into an avatar or a physical being. You're here on the physical plane. You're incarnating, okay? Reincarnating means that you are here living this lifetime, and the average human life, I guess mostly in our time these days, 70, maybe 80 years. Some might live
Some go
100.
a little longer, yeah.
Some, but so whatever that basic span is these days, once you go through it, and you're going to have to, you experience, you learn what you learn, you carry it over, you get reevaluated. Did you line up to what you were supposed to do when you made your agreement to come down here and fulfill certain things, or did you not? Okay,
Soul
Yes,
contracts.
there you
There's
go.
so many people that don't believe that. And I didn't. I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, "What? That's crazy. That's just not real." But through our lessons we've learned from these experiencers, that is very real.
And when you understand the concept of free will, and if you are a free will spirit, you are a free will soul, then guess what? Of course it's real. Of course you have the choice to come back. Of course you have the choice to, if you want to
Yes.
reincarnate, come on back.
Come
Like
on.
from what I understand, most people want to. When they realize just, whoa, I could have did so much better. Or wow, I
Yeah.
could have did that. No, let me go back. Okay, I'll go back and I'll work on that, so a lot of people want to go back, but understand it's not a forceful karmic thing that you have to go back and work off some kind of debt.
Right.
That is a concept, though.
It reminds me of one of the episodes that we done where it was a lady having the experience, and she got there, she knew it was home, and she was saying, they were telling her that she had to come back. She said, well, next time when I do come back, can I stay? And they were like, well, you don't normally want to. You usually love your hard lessons and want to go back. So it's just that growth.
I remember that. I remember
Yes.
that story.
Yeah, so we love our lessons, and that's why we come back, is to grow as a soul.
Right. And from what I understand, like reading the Conversations with God book, is the soul is never interfered with.
Right.
You know, God is not in business to interfere with the soul. It's my number one greatest gift that I've given to all of life and creation.
Free will.
Yeah, it's your free will. So you as a soul is free will. You're going to live this life, making your choices. You move on to the next life. You make your choices, but you choose whether to come back or what to do, you know, to get to that level of vibration of what we call God. A godlike, you know, and that's where you get you people like your Jesus and things like that. And these guys have, you know, they made it to these certain levels of spiritual maturity that they understood this oneness, that they are one with God. And they taught oneness, that we all are one with God. Most people just forget that.
Yeah, and another thing too is reading the Journey of Souls book is that, you know, we can choose to come back here to reincarnate, but we can also, if you're advanced enough as mature as a soul, then you can stay in the spiritual realm and become guides and teachers and help spirits on the other side, the soul. So it's not necessarily that you have to be earthbound.
Yeah, it's deep.
It is, and it's beautiful.
And it's exciting too when you learn.
It really is.
When you
I
start
get so
getting a sense of
excited
it all.
reading.
Very good, very good. Okay, well, looking at time here, we've got time for the. Let's go ahead and we got one more here on this particular comment, and you know we may have to carry this one on over to another episode, which is fine. That's no worries right there.
Of course,
So,
yeah, that's why we're here.
We'll keep it going, but let's go ahead and do a couple more. But go ahead and do number 11 if you would on this one right here, and then we'll move on to
the other comments. This has all been one
it has,
experience. That this is lessons that this person has learned. So that's beauty. There's a lot of lessons that this person learned and is sharing with us. Yeah. So the last lesson that this person learned, number 11, experiences for everyone can differ in some aspects due to what they can understand and be able to interpret, due to our level of enlightenment, and so much more. All is valuable information, and guess what? This is reminding me of Gospel of the Nazarenes. Yes, where your knowledge, where it talks about the knowledge and truth. We have an episode on this. Yeah, what is truth? So, yeah, if you want to know more about this actual comment, you know, your ability to understand and interpret due to your level of enlightenment, that is an episode, so go check that out.
It's a lot of wisdom as well, because all of us are on this journey together, but we're on all different levels of spirituality and growth and understanding, maturity.
Right, our level of maturity as a soul.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and go on to the next one here. This response says that their response was so very many. Okay?
Yes.
Which to choose? Now, what they learned was the fact that I am so incredibly, deeply, thoroughly, insanely loved.
Ooh.
The fact that my soul had a birthplace far, far removed from this earth. The fact that I was specifically designed for and chosen for a specific God-given purpose here. We are so much more than we know.
Yes.
Wow, isn't that lovely?
It is. I mean, I love all the adjectives they're using here. Incredibly, deeply, thoroughly, insanely loved. I mean, that's that unconditional love that all of these
That's the real God. That's the real source.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, how there's such beauty in that.
There is.
And I like that this person brought out that the fact that my soul had a birthplace far, far removed from this earth.
Think about that. And just the fact that you are here for a special reason, special purpose. You are part of God here experiencing life. You know, you are here for like they brought out, a specific God-given purpose.
Now,
and there's so much more to us that we don't know, you know?
Yeah, that ties into soul contracts and whatever that would been from the other side. If you're on your life's path, your life seems to have more love and joy and peace and harmony in it than those who are off course. So
absolutely, that makes sense. Alrighty, moving on along. This next one says that love is the most important currency. Love is everything. we should all be taking care of each other. This world would be so amazing if we all just worked together.
That deserves a big round of applause. Yay! We should just love everything, everyone, and just, that raises the vibration. Love is such a higher vibration than fear.
Love is God. It's the highest vibration.
Exactly.
When you understand how it all fits together, it's...
Make your eyeballs pop out your head. What?
This person, next comment, says, I learned I was just as conscious and aware of my existence continuing in another realm. Life continues. My first NDE was very dark and frightening. My second was full of light, angels, beauty, peace. The experiences profoundly affected my life.
Wow. Reminds me of a movie that we recently saw. Something about the light. What was it? We've seen so many of them, but he had two experiences, and one was dark, and then the other one was more the light.
Yep. More of a NDE and a DNDE. The distressing, He
Yes.
started out with the distressing, and a lot of people do. We hear lots of stories of people having an NDE that's more distressing, what we call the DNDEs, or hellish, or
Yep.
I went to hell and I saw this. Most of those, after they experience that, and they should have to go back and fix whatever they need to fix in their life, But most cases, first of all, hellish ones are very, very, very rare, and they're very incongruent with the actual NDEs. So they're not something that you can really put a lot of understanding or faith in.
Because
But
they're
people
so
do experience them.
far apart. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no unity in them like
Right.
with the other NDEs, the non-distressing.
Right, they're very incongruent, and they're just and there's been a lot of doctors and reports on that. So people do have them, but a lot of times they'll have the DNDE, the distressing, and then during that one they'll actually transform over into an actual
hybrid.
a DNDE and have an actual more positive, or like it says here, more loving or angelic or peaceful experience.
Right,
What we call a hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah, and that this person became aware of their existence beyond this realm.
Yep.
And that's what we have to remember, that we are life. We are a soul. That soul spirit continues on.
It doesn't die.
Right. It's eternal.
It can't. Now, I like how it says here that, back up here. Okay. I like here where it says, this person says that I was just as conscious. Okay, this is after they had supposed to have died or carried over. They were just as conscious and aware of their existence continuing on into the next realm. So that's that awareness, that's that consciousness that we talk about.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
like
a pretty
with
cool
your
plug
brother,
there.
when it clicked with him that he was, when he was seeing himself on the hospital bed, but yet he was up in the ceiling.
Yeah, that's that awareness,
that's
that
the
conscious awareness,
Yes.
that soul, that being, So all that should do is hopefully reinforce his understanding
Belief in afterlife,
and looking forward to that next, the next life as well. You
Yeah.
know, all of us should be looking forward to it. Life reviews are going to be kind of bittersweet for all of us, but
Right.
other than that, it's going to be all good for the big picture.
Right. And it doesn't take away any of the pain of loss of someone. You still experience the missing your family, friends,
It's
your
part
loved
of
ones.
feeling it's part of growing.
Yeah.
People who die, they don't die for themselves; they die for us.
There's
So
a
that we
lesson
can
in
feel like
that.
they're transitioning to the most beautiful experience they've ever had. They're going to something we can't even
Yes.
comprehend. Okay, we're the ones that have to feel that because it's part of us and our growth.
Yeshua's own words in the Gospel of the Nazarenes: "Death is the doorway to life."
Yes, it's all an illusion, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
And not
so
to grieve over a dead.
do not grieve.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, it's I wouldn't say it's a sin, but he
right.
said it's not good.
It's grievous.
Yeah, he said do not be sad because over somebody transitioning. That just means you have no understanding of the big picture
Of life itself, yeah.
So, moving on along, I like this one, Daphne. This person, what did they learn?
That we planned this life and actually wanted to come here. Guess what? Soul contract. Hello.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about a while ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Read Journey of Souls. Oh my gosh, it's so enlightening.
yeah, so according to this, we are all souls that are connected to soul and source and energy and God and everything we call that other side kind of stuff. And all the stuff here on this side, it's all that oneness thing. Keep that in mind.
The real life.
But like Daphne had mentioned, the actual soul contracts, or this soul gets to choose. We have free will. No one tells you what to do or anything against your will unless you allow it. I mean, in the deepest core of your being, no one can control you but you. You know, you are a free will soul. You choose your path.
And yes, and even from what I understand, you are given multiple exit points, or you choose multiple exit points that
even
you
to
can,
get out of this life.
yes,
from what I
and whether
understand, yeah.
you take the first one, the middle one, or the last one, I mean, you're given exit points that you can choose from when you want to go on to the real life.
Yeah. So according to a lot of our reviews and experience and stuff that we've learned, that we all plan our lives when before we even come here.
Yeah, soul agreements too. I
From
mean,
the
that's
life
a
we're
good
going to
book.
live, the family we're going to have, to the choice. You have that choice to do all of that, to come in here and to experience what you need to
Yeah.
experience. So,
Yeah, and the actually wanting to come here reminds me of the Remember book. It reminds me of the episode where the lady said she wanted to stay there, but they said, no, you always want to go back.
that's right.
So-
It's your choice.
Yeah.
But you do have guides. You have the council and things like that. Okay, let's go with we feel this is best. What do you want to do? And
Yeah, you're not forced
wanna
into
do it.
anything. They give you
Correct.
options, and you choose
And
what
you do
want to do.
you have teams and things like that to help you make those
Your
choices.
guides, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we got time for one more. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here. We got one more final one to go ahead and finish things on. And this comment says that what they learned was this, and we'll leave this for everybody here. Very good stuff. It says that there is no separation between any of us
Wow.
or any living thing. That no matter where we are always home because the light is in us.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. There's that collective again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are all. There's no separation between any of us or any living thing.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate this too. I mean, I love life here. I do. But I love also that it says no matter where we are always home because the light is in us.
Kingdom within.
Exactly. Thank you. You knew where I was going to go.
Let your
with
light
it.
shine, the God
Yes.
within.
Yes. The
Yeah.
kingdom is within.
Yes.
The kingdom is at hand. Yes. Hello.
That's all references to that. Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Well,
love
then,
it.
any final comments? Yeah.
Yeah. Just let down the walls. Open your heart.
Get out the box.
And jump out of the box and put your boots on because it's going to get deep.
Gonna get deep.
But it's going to be so enlightening. I mean, I can't express my joy, my love, my peace enough into words that I can express to where I'm not just sounding crazy.
No, you are crazy.
And
So you gotta sound crazy just to be congruent. Just be congruent with yourself. Just
Oh,
be you,
yeah.
Daphne. If you're crazy, be crazy.
I'd be crazy.
Yeah, it's a very good lesson. And I'll tell you what, there's actually, let me see here, kind of looking at this information, I think we're going to go ahead and do us another episode on this. We'll make it a 3-part because this is life lessons, guys.
Are you thirsty for more?
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll carry it over to another one. We'll do another episode. And yeah, we definitely got enough to do 3. So we'll go ahead and just carry this, this particular topic over into another. We'll make it a 3-part. On life lessons and lessons that these people have learned from their near-death experience.
Yes.
Awesome. So with that in mind, guys, we love you all so much, and may peace be with you all until next time.
Let your light shine.
For more information about the NDE World Podcast, visit nde.world. That's nde.world.